Please welcome Tim Clairmont.
Passion, 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 passion.
So tell us what the book is about.
Sure. Oh, good. It's working.
It is.
Great.
Yes.
Excellent.
You're one of the lucky few.
That's right. Yes. That's what I've been hearing. Yeah. No, the book is a really a basic sales book. I mean, it's meant for people who maybe haven't had a whole lot of sales experience or are considering a career in sales. It just covers the basics at a fundamental level. Yeah. I mean, I'd say that's it in a nutshell.
So how do you think you're qualified to actually write a book like this?
Sure. So I've been doing this for about almost 20 years as far as a financial advisor. Built my practice up to where it is now. In general, I was looking around to figure out if there was a better book out there to teach my new advisors. As I was training new people from scratch and noticed circumstances, I couldn't find the right book that was just going to communicate the message I wanted to communicate. So I figured I'd just write it instead and get it communicated across. Ultimately, it wasn't meant to be something that was grandly recognizable. It was more of almost a training manual for my first advisors, but a lot of my colleagues really appreciated it in terms of identifying some of the gaps between the things we took for granted that we just kind of got and some of the things that people that are new to this career hadn't been shown yet. So,
And how would you say the book translates to the mortgage profession?
Sure. As from a mortgage standpoint, the biggest thing I've been surprised about is how universal it is. I mean, I wrote it for one purpose, but in the end, anybody in any kind of a sales capacity, and so many of us are in sales, none of us, I think, probably went to high school and were told by our parents, you're going to have a great career in sales. Most of us didn't look at sales as something that we wanted to spend our careers in, and the reality is just about everybody is in sales in one form or another. And I think when you own that and connect with that, you can really learn a lot about why do you do what you do, and getting the clarity as it relates to why are you doing what you're doing helps you be significantly more successful when you're talking to anybody and convincing them to do something that you think they should do that they maybe don't understand. So getting in touch with your own why is extremely advantageous, and the homework that I put in the book is actually helpful in terms of getting in touch with your own why. And it doesn't take very long.
And where does the passion part come from?
Sure. So as I was training other advisors at various stages in their careers and trying to help them be more successful, I tried to figure out the best way I could encapsulate why, when I'm sitting across from a client, a lot of times they just do what I tell them to do. And I love that, and it's great. But ultimately, the two words that I came down to were passionate ambivalence. I am so passionate about what it is I'm recommending, but I'm equally passionate about their individual right to make their own decisions when it comes to their money. And so I can be ambivalent and really stand back and say, ultimately, if they choose to do what I'm recommending, that's great. But if they choose to do something different, that's great too, because they get to make their own decisions on this scenario. And being able to not be attached to the success of that sale in that moment allows people to really trust what it is that you're communicating. So that's, in a nutshell, where that came from.
I like it. That's good stuff. Tim's going to be with us tonight at Casino Royale, handing out 72, to be exact, signed copies, to first come and first served. Thank you for sharing and being a sponsor and a talker.
Thank you very
much. All right,
much.
Tim Clairmont.
Thank you.
You.
Appreciate it.